Hi everyone, welcome to the Grace Life. So in this video today, I have 3 glam DIYs that I'm making for you with items that I purchased mostly from the Dollar Tree. Remember that all the items that I'm using to create these crafts will be listed in the description box below. What I did want to say is that these display pieces can be used well over the holidays. Okay, so we're going to take this piece of wood, as you can see here. We're going to go ahead and paint that front and back in the white. Once we're done with that, we have to set that aside and let that dry. So a while back, quite a while back, the Dollar Tree used to carry these mirror frames, and I stocked up on quite a bit of them. So we're going to be using this for this project. What I did was take this frame apart, and so these are the pieces that you wind up with, and this is what we're going to be using, including some crushed glass that I purchased over at Michael's to make this decor piece. Once the white paint is dry, I'm going to take those pieces. Now, when you take the frame apart, you're going to have some larger pieces and then you're going to have some slightly smaller pieces. So we are going to figure out our placement with those mirror pieces before we glue them down. Okay, once we figure out the placement of those mirror pieces, I bought this cement tube here from the Dollar Tree, right where they have the fix-all adhesive. So I'm giving this a try and I'm absolutely happy with it. So we're going to be using some of the cement glue, and we're also going to be using some hot glue for that instant stick. Remember, when you're using an adhesive, you need to be in a well-ventilated area and allow the piece to sit down and drying anywhere between 24 to 48 hours. Now we're going to move over to these square mirrors that the Dollar Tree carries. Well, a while back they were carrying the square mirrors, but they were beveled. They were much better quality, I believe, than the ones they have out today. So I have some of those also stashed. And we're going to place the square one right in the center of that circle. Okay, so now we have all that pressed down. We're going to move on over to the Mod Podge, and we are going to use some crushed mirrored glass. We are going to fill all of those empty spaces all the way around that circle with that crushed glass. So what I do want to say is you want to be very liberal with the Mod Podge. So you want to make that nice and thick before you start pouring the crushed glass over those empty spaces. Then you want to let that completely dry before you go back and seal in that glass so you don't have any fallout. Once all of the glass was set down on that Mod Podge, I went ahead and I started sprinkling everything down with some silver glitter, just for that little pop of more glam. Okay, now that's all done. We have that set aside and that's drying. We're gonna move on to project number 2, which is the truck. I don't think there's a holiday that can go by that we don't have a truck to celebrate with. So we're gonna be painting this also in the whites. Isn't that beautiful? And then we're gonna do some silver embellishments, and this is gonna come out just as gorgeous. So what I'm doing here is placing some Mod Podge on the Christmas tree portion of this truck. And then I'm using that tube confetti that you just saw me show you there in the bowl in the silver. And we're just going to place that inside of the Mod Podge, and we're going to let that dry also before we continue. Now there are other areas that I decided to go ahead and put that silver tube confetti on, like just right over the tires. So we're going to go ahead and just do a little bit of embellishing with that tube confetti before I move on to painting this truck in white. Now once the truck was painted in white, I did decide to cut some strips of some silver bling wrap in order to do the trimming around the door of that truck. And then we're going to embellish with some iridescent gems, and then pretty much we're done. So now here I'm finishing off the truck, doing some last minute touch-ups where the paint is concerned, and then we're going to move on over to the mirror again just to do some last minute touch-ups there. I think this came out absolutely beautiful. I hope you agree. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? You can use this to display things. You can hang it on the wall. You can do, this is so versatile, that piece. And so now we go back to the truck. And what I did was embellish, do some embellishment on that round circular display that I just showed you with some iridescent gems. I'm also doing the same thing here with the truck. Like I put one iridescent gem in each one of the tires and at the top of the Christmas tree, just to kind of finish that off. I love those gems, and you can find those at Walmart. Okay, now it looks like the truck is all done. Is that not absolutely beautiful? I love it. So let's move on to this pumpkin from the Dollar Tree. I decided to bling this out too. I think that we can do so much with this. So I cut some strips of that silver bling wrap. I have some leftover tube confetti. So let's see how this comes out. I also have some iridescent gems. I'm just gonna jump right into this. So I started out by placing a strip of the silver bling wrap in between the grooves of the pumpkin, and that's what you see me doing here. So what I started to do here is I grabbed the Mod Podge, and yes, this is one of the velvet pumpkins, so it does absorb a lot of the Mod Podge, but I did it in like dripping type motion, and then I placed the tube confetti on top, and this came out absolutely gorgeous. So now this is what that pumpkin looks like after the tube confetti has dried. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? And I did it in a dripping motion, so I'm loving it. So we're gonna finish this off by adding some more iridescent gems. And now this piece is almost done and all of it is ready to reveal. Now this is what the pumpkin looks like when it's already done. I think this came out absolutely beautiful, and it's just a lovely decor piece. So now here's the beautiful reveal of all three pieces. So if you like the video, click like, share, and comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you can get notified every single time I upload a video. Happy holidays, guys.